2024 was perhaps one of the most challenging years of my life as a business owner. I feel at this point, being the last day of the month and the last day of the year, if I could make it through 2024 and I don't repeat the same mistakes I made, I can make it in 2025 easily. In 2023, my team came to certain conclusions about where the economy was going, and we decided to devote ourselves to creating solutions that solve global problems. So I run GTI, this company, in 2 locations, in Canada and in Nigeria. And in doing that, I can't tell you the challenges we experienced enough. A couple of things I did in 2023 to note down for 2024 were mostly personal, and it affected my business in very positive ways. The first thing I decided to do at the beginning of 2024, I decided to cut down my own personal overhead cost and my company overhead cost. One of the things companies like mine, which are product development and business development agencies, within the company itself, we're always ideating, always creating and coming up with new solutions and concepts. And being a product person in general, or you can say a builder, I tend to see a problem, create a solution, and then in creating a solution, I then begin to pile on things that cost money. For example, the moment I have an idea, I bring it to the team and I say, look, I have this idea. I know this may not be the right time to launch it, but the idea exists. I start to protect the IP, for example, buy the domain name and all of those things. But in particular, the domain name, 2023, I had to realize that I need to scale down some of these ideas, these ideations. I earmarked a couple of domain names, for example, that were costing me personally and the company hundreds of dollars every single month. But the idea that I had so many domain names and I was paying hundreds of dollars every single month was really crazy. These are annual payments, not monthly payments, annual payments, right? And that's just to tell you the scope or the scale of operation at GTI, right, was tremendous, was extremely crazy. The second thing I had to understand was that I'm not available to everybody every time. I have to take some time to differentiate between signal and noise. I'm for everybody, but I am first of all for myself. So I had to create boundaries, I had to create systems, make myself do the most effective work and not the hardest work. Another thing I decided to do in 2024, and mostly towards the end of 2024, once I had most of my systems in place, was I decided to rest. I gave myself more time to sleep, more time to think, and that also helped me in some sense differentiate what was signal and what was noise. I try now more than ever to focus on the signal. What is the trajectory? What will it take for us to get to that goal that we want to achieve? And how can we do so effectively as a team? A lot of decisions had to be made on my end personally. And so I did all of those things that I had to do. At the end of 2023, I identified a couple of markets that I wanted to get into. High growth markets, high yield markets, markets that had great potential. Those were also markets that cut across North America and Africa, solving the same types of problems, but at different scales. One of the major things we then did was, within Africa, what are the core problems? What are the core industries that need innovation, and what solutions can we come up with? What innovative solutions can we come up with to solve Africa's biggest problems? We identified the educational sector, the agricultural sector, the financial sector, the real estate sector, several other sectors. And so in 2024, we decided to build solutions for those key sectors for Africa, number one. And then we decided to slowly put out those products. So this year alone, we're able to build out about 3 products, built out to MVP of those 3 products. And then we launched one of the products, which is Hyperloop. It's a community trading platform for Africa's traders. We built that, got in a couple of investors to invest in us. Another sector that we decided to work on heavily was the energy sector as well. Softenergy.ng, which is a renewable and alternate energy solution provider, helping professionals gain easy and affordable access to solar energy with installment payments up to 12 months. We were able to attract a couple of clients and signed a couple of deals with solar energy providers and renewable energy providers and retailers, manufacturers and stuff like that. And then we created AUR. AUR is a fractional real estate platform that helps Africans invest in global real estate, invest in innovative solution to fractional real estate. And then for the real estate platform, we're able to get in a couple of investors to Africans investing in global real estate fractionally. That's what we were able to create. And so those were the 3 platforms we created this year, and we achieved so much on the product end, we achieved so much on the business end. but the challenges were always there. So part of the problems we faced this year were mostly, like I said, infrastructural problems. I had to focus not just on building, but on getting the investors, getting the users, getting the customers. I guess the message here for business owners generally, people who work for themselves, or even if you go to work and all of that, you need to build the resilience to work within the market that you operate in. You need to build the connection, the community, the network to scale efficiently. You need to build the friendships to hold you up at the moments when you're down. Those were the most important things that helped me this year and helped my business this year, in quotes, to survive. You need to downgrade or scale down your overhead cost, your expenses. Do everything you can to succeed. Do everything you can to scale up. In the next 4 years, in my opinion, we're about to experience the greatest transfer of wealth in my lifetime. So I'm going to encourage you as a business owner, seek opportunities, look for players within your market to collaborate with, build your community, and do everything you can to succeed. Only the brave and only the paranoid survive. And the most important thing to know is that if you just dig in, lock in, and focus, everything you want to achieve in 2025 is achievable. The steps that I'm taking personally and for my business are, we're listing out all our achievables. What are the things we hope to achieve in 2025? And then we are scaling them down into small achievable goals each day, each week, each month. And that's how we're going to be able to conquer 2025. Everything is going to work out fine. Stay locked in, stay focused. 2025 is our year. I know we're going to get it done. Happy New Year.